I spoke to a gay friend here, and he says, "I don't understand what you're talking about, telling the truth and lies." He says, "The whole gay community lies." And I went, "Wow, okay, gee, you know." Because we were born liars, and I went, "I don't know, I don't know if that's true." But yeah,
Born liars.
I was surprised by his response to my book by saying this call to tell the truth. He goes, "Every day we have to lie," and I went, okay. It
Uh,
was just different. It's
uh,
just different for me to hear, you know?
it's an interesting take. Every day we have to lie.
Yeah,
I can understand what that person's saying without diverging too much, just real quick. That
yeah,
I guess, like, you can consider polite society kind of, lie-ish. That's the
yeah,
word. We do lie in as much as we are being polite, I guess. For example,
yeah. Yes, exactly.
"Hey, good morning. How are you?" "Oh, I'm good." "Are you really good, though?" I mean, I say it,
Right,
but I'm not gonna tell them what I really think. Anyway, that's just
exactly.
diverging.
To protect
No, I
That's
yourself.
think you're onto
interesting.
something. I do think you're onto something because if it is true that the LGBTQ population are born liars and have to lie every single day, then that is true for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone has
Well,
to
I would
lie
say
every
so, yeah.
single day to hide the truth of themselves. And we touched on it with another guest who said he has cis straight men coming into his hostel looking for hookups.
Right.
That
Yeah.
situation exists because they are lying to themselves because they have to lie. It's not because
Yes.
they're gay.
Exactly. Yeah, it's interesting. There's a great book out called "Why Do We Lie to Ourselves." I'm trying to get it from Amazon, but somebody told me that I should read that book because it's like, why do people lie to themselves? They need to protect themselves. It's a self protection kind of psychological move. I don't know. I was
Yeah.
just taken back, Ray, and I didn't understand. I didn't respond to this guy as well as what you just stated. I wish I could have thought of an answer. I just didn't think about I haven't thought about being born using
A liar.
lying as a mechanism to continue our lives. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I didn't
I
survival.
wouldn't blame you for not having a response immediately. I've spent a lot of time thinking about it because it still happens on a daily basis where somebody can ask me a question that blindsides me because suddenly I'm confronted with the reality of everything that I've done in my life to hide this struggle, not because I want to hide, not because I hate myself, but because I am trying to stay safe.
yes.
Mm.
When I was the first conversation I ever had with my therapist at the end, it was the onboarding to see if she wants to actually be my therapist. She asked, "What would I say to the person that I am now if my personality were split into feminine and masculine? Because both of these things exist in everyone. What would the feminine say to the masculine right now if they had a frank conversation?" And the response, even though I had never thought of it in my life, was, "Thank you for keeping me alive."
Yeah.
And that is why the deception, the hiding exists.
Yeah. I could go going back to my story, not that I want to tell my whole story as much, but
Please go.
You know, I really developed a lifestyle of lying, and some some people learn to tell the truth. I learned to lie really well, and learned to cover it really well because theologically, I knew
Yeah.
that that was really crucial. I was born and raised a Baptist, and mom and dad expected me to be very religious and to be very spiritual. I was pushed or encouraged to become a good pastor, to find a wife, to find the first church and begin to preach God's word. That all of that were layers and layers and layers and layers of years and days and minutes in which I really was never authentic with my wife, with my kids, with my job, with my church members, with my friends, with myself. It just was an impossible lifestyle that I was living. And it took its toll. It does take its toll on your health and your mind and your
Mhm.
thinking.